¿Por qué? No me toques, señora. Adiós, adiós. Adiós, adiós. Adiós. Oh, come on, man. Come on.
This ICE agent's name is Victor Mojica. Here's what we know.
Do you remember this that occurred in September? An ICE agent that basically pushed and shoved a woman to the point where she hit her head on the ground in front of her children after they just took her husband at 26 Federal Plaza in New York City when he was attending an immigration hearing, doing things the right way. Well, Migrant Insider was able to report and reveal that agent's identity, who, according to DHS, condemned the actions that he took, but then reinstated him after suspending him 3 days later. Now that family is suing ICE for excessive use of force, rightfully so, as the woman was basically just inconsolable, emotional, because her husband was being taken away when they attended an appointment they thought was to help him stay in the U.S. permanently because they were doing things, again, the right way. That agent who likes to beat women and was reinstated 3 days later after this incident is named Victor Mojica. 26 Federal Plaza in New York City has been one of the epicenters of ICE immigration, where videos have also been leaked of poor, inhumane treatment of ICE detainees, but also a lot of people being picked up directly after their immigration hearings, basically having ICE agents predatorily just waiting around for them as low-hanging fruit. It is an abuse of the system. There is legal action being taken. You can follow for more news updates, but you don't have to.
Shout out to Ruben Kaz on TikTok.
On September 25th, a woman named Monica was assaulted by an ICE agent just outside of the immigration courtroom in Manhattan. The assault was captured by at least a half dozen cameras. After the assault, a priest that was accompanying Monica to the immigration courthouse took her across the street to Congressman Dan Goldman's office, where his staff helped her get medical attention. The Department of Homeland Security has since refused to identify the agent who assaulted Monica. His name, we have since learned, is Victor Mojica. Monica is now suing over the assault, and Congressman Goldman is investigating. What are the next steps, basically, to hold this ICE agent accountable?
Well, it's alarming, shocking, and incredibly disturbing that he remains on the job. The U.S. Attorney's Office, to whom I referred this case to investigate, to determine whether he committed a crime of assaulting Monica, has done nothing that we have heard about, and he was reinstated 3 days later. So what we need to do is to figure out whether there's any disciplinary records related to either this incident or other incidents. What kind of investigation did the Department of Homeland Security do? They claim to have done an investigation. We've seen nothing about what that investigation revealed. And why did they make the decision to reinstate him after they said that his conduct was unbecoming of the Department of Homeland Security? They've explained nothing other than just putting him back on the job to terrorize other people. It is unacceptable, and we do need to know more information.
So as you can see, there are a lot of questions that remain about what the fate of Victor Mojica will be. We're told he's actually the supervisor of the goon squad of ICE agents that we've seen terrorizing migrants outside of the immigration courtroom in Manhattan.
Pablo Manriquez has more. In his write-up, Manriquez wrote on September 25th, a violent altercation inside Manhattan's 26 Federal Plaza thrust the Trump administration's aggressive immigration enforcement tactics into the spotlight. Video footage showed Monica Moreta-Galarza, an Ecuadorian woman seeking asylum with her family, being violently beaten by an ICE supervisor. Manriquez would give a hat tip to icelist.is for identifying this rogue federal officer. He'd note that immigration court observers complained about this ICE officer's conduct for some time. In August of this year, he was allegedly observed forcibly removing a teenage girl from her father's arms at the same exact court, raising concerns among observers over repeated aggressive behavior. The story goes, as we have seen so many times during the second go of this administration and Stephen Miller. They are telling people to do stuff legally. Okay. Well, this woman fled Ecuador because of violence. And yet, when she goes to the courthouse for her immigration hearing and she does it the right way, she is also met with violence. And when they departed the courtroom, ICE agents would flock to them and detain her husband, who is named Ruben Abelardo Ortiz Lopez. Their kids were present. From Manriquez, in a separate video that went viral, Moreta-Galarza is seen confronting Agent Mojica in Spanish, crying out, "You guys don't care about anything." Mojica, dressed in a flannel shirt and a baseball hat, responded with the dismissive adios, adios, before violently shoving Moreta-Galarza several feet down the hallway into a wall and pushing her to the ground. Standing over her as she lay on the floor, he ordered her to leave the premises. She would seek refuge at her congressman's office, that being New York Representative Dan Goldman. In a letter sent by Goldman and Comptroller Brad Lander, who may be running to unseat a certain Democrat, it read, "In this case, the officer acting under the color of law willfully used excessive physical force by throwing a young mother to the ground and thereby deprived the victim of her Fourth Amendment right to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures." Seeing Mojica as well reminds me of this video that we brought to all of y'all a few weeks ago.
You're gonna use that gun on your people. Shame on you. I hope right now your ancestors are looking at you. Look at you right now, brother. Stand up. Stand up. How did your family get here? How did your family get here? You of all people. Don't walk away, brother. I'm good. Stay there. We can talk. We can talk. My tax money put you in school. You came here without no papers. Now you're an American. Thank you. Out of the way and pay us back. We love you, brother. Don't forget that. Everybody take a picture of you. You know why? The internet is so good. No, I'm on public property. You're going to be a movie star. You're going to be a movie star. We're going to show you. Wait a minute. Come over here, Mr. American.
So this is where we are, and this is what we are having to experience and endure. These violent arrests by people who are not only signing up with Immigration and Custom Enforcement, but also are supervisors, which tells you a lot. Because over the course of this time, which has felt like decades and it hasn't even been a year, these are rogue individuals who have been unleashed by who some say reminds them of the modern-day Nazi propagandist Joseph Goebbels. And I think what's so frustrating is what I said initially. They say do it the right way. And when folks do, they're still punished. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.